Gordon Gekko is possibly the most famous fictional financial villain around. He may be ruthless, manipulative, and greedy, but that hasn't stopped fans from seeing him as an antihero, and in some cases, even a role model. In fairness to Gordon, he is known to drop some pretty controversial truth bombs. Today, we're going to be looking at a few of Gordon Gekko's best lines and unpacking the underlying messages. Welcome back to Coach Stack, your secret weapon for improving yourself through business, investing, and personal growth. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on our next videos. Alright, let's find out if Gordon has any advice worth following. Number 1. It's all about bucks, kid. When Gordon makes this statement, he's trying to make one thing perfectly clear. He doesn't care who you are or what you do as long as you can make money. If you're an idealist, that idea might make you mad. I'm a nice person, a good listener, and I recycle. Doesn't that count for anything? Maybe, but not with Gordon. The lesson Gordon is trying to teach here is a cynical one, but it's a valuable one as well. It's that, a lot of times, people only care about what you can do for them. Here's an analogy that author David Wong came up with to explain this concept. Imagine you're walking down the street with the person you love most. Suddenly, you hear a gunshot and your loved one falls to the ground bleeding. Pretty grim, I know, but bear with me. You start yelling, "Help!" A guy hears you and runs over. He gets down in front of your loved one and whips out a pocket knife like he's ready to operate. A pocket knife doesn't seem like the right tool for the job, so you ask him, "Are you a doctor?" He says, "No." Are you a vet or something? Again, he says, "No." Okay, do you have any idea what you're doing? At this point, the guy starts to get annoyed with you. He tells you how he's a nice guy, a good son, smart, environmentally conscious, etc. Does none of that matter to you? I don't know about you, but I'll be waiting for a doctor. Not because I hate smart, kind people, but because a doctor has the skill set I need in this situation. As ridiculous as this example probably seems, it actually happens all the time, just to a lesser extent. People go out into the world believing they can coast by on things that they are, when the world is mostly concerned about the things that they can do. Sure, who you are matters. It just doesn't matter to other people nearly as much as it matters to you. This realization can have major impacts on every area of your life. It helps you avoid the feeling that people are rejecting you because of who you are, because that isn't usually the case, unless you're an a-hole. They're usually rejecting you because you don't have the skills or abilities they're looking for. People want certain things done for them, and if you can do them, you're in. That applies to jobs as well as relationships. Number 2. What's worth doing is worth doing for money. This second quote from Gordon is another one that might sound a bit greedy and materialistic at face value, but it's actually a really valuable lesson. It comes down to a pretty simple idea. If you have a skill or ability that sets you apart, it's worth looking for ways to monetize it. This is especially great advice for anyone looking for a side hustle. All you need to do is make a list of things you're good at and then brainstorm ways to reach people who want to benefit from your skills. Love creating art? Upload some of your work to a marketplace. Love writing? Create a freelancing account and link your portfolio. Monetizing almost any skill online is usually as simple as making an account and putting in some effort. If no one bites, then you'll just be back where you started. What do you have to lose? Number 3. If you need a friend, get a dog. If you constantly find yourself fishing for the approval of others, this one's for you. Here's a question for you. When you don't get the approval you're looking for, how does it feel? Probably pretty disappointing. What Gordon is trying to say, in his own blunt way, is that this disappointment is inevitable. You're never going to get the kind of enthusiasm, loyalty, and unconditional support you're looking for from your coworkers, business partners, bosses, or even your family. According to Gordon, a dog is your best bet. Now, that might seem like a depressing sentiment, but it doesn't need to be. For starters, it's just a fact of life. Do you always offer unconditional support to everyone in your life? Don't think so. On top of that, it's a great reminder that compulsive approval seeking puts a massive damper on your ability to succeed. If you're constantly afraid of upsetting people, you're never going to be able to take risks and capitalize on opportunities. An important thing to mention here is that not seeking approval does not mean that you should purposely upset people or ignore their wishes. It just means that you should be selective about the who's and when's. The next time you find yourself seeking approval, ask yourself 2 questions. 1. Am I seeking approval because I'm not positive that I'm doing the right thing? 2. Am I seeking approval because I want people to like me? If the first question is a yes, seek away, but only from people whose opinions you trust. If the second question is a yes, have confidence in your decision-making abilities and moral compass. Number 4. I don't throw darts at a board. I bet on sure things. Gordon's job is pretty high stakes. He moves massive amounts of money around daily and needs to make sure that he gets it right every time. That's what this quote is trying to get across. Gordon is saying that when it comes to money and making more of it, he doesn't take chances. Hearing statements like, "To find success you have to take risks," is pretty common in business, but taking unnecessary risks can be incredibly dangerous. Research shows that only 33% of businesses succeed after 5 years. That number drops to 20% after 10 years. Statistics like these are great for highlighting the dangers of playing fast and loose with your business. To find success, you need research, planning, and the right mindset. These act as safety nets that prevent you from rushing into any stupid decisions. Take it from Gordon. You don't want to be treading down dangerous paths without learning as much about them as you can first. That's all for today's video. Gordon Gekko might not be a hero, but when it comes to business and investing advice, he definitely knows his stuff. Hopefully you picked up some useful insights that you can apply to your own lives, business ventures, and projects. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on any Coach Stack videos in the future. We'll see you next time.